Hello, I'm back. I know, it's been a while. I'm sorry. I'm just so happy to be here again. So, before I start anything, I need to say something here. Thank you so much for all your comments. That was a huge surprise for me. I had no expectations for my first video, and I honestly thought no one's gonna watch it except maybe my mom. Hi, mom. So, for you people who took the time and wrote me some very kind words and some great advice, I was very humbled by your responses, and reading your comments gave me so much joy.
Thank you so much for being my friends.
I have been thinking a lot about this video and how should I start with this channel. I have so many different ideas and topics that I want to share and discuss with you. But then I read a couple of comments from people who were interested to know where I was in life and how or why I decided to change. And I thought that's a brilliant idea as a beginning point for this YouTube journey together. So today's video is going to be story time! It's a story of a special moment in my life where I believe it all started. I promise you, in future videos, it won't be just me sitting here talking about myself, me, blah 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 blah. I have some interesting, entertaining plans for this channel, but I think it's important to share this story with you from the beginning to give you an idea of the person I was not so long time ago and why I needed this transformation into who I am today. So let's start this video. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a shining castle. Although he had everything his heart desired, the prince was spoiled. But then, one winter's night, an old witch came to the castle and... Nope. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. No princes, no castles, nothing fancy. It was just me at work. I still recall this moment vividly. My 30th birthday was coming soon. I was in my office in the early morning, sitting in front of a computer, because that's what I do, and I was eating a very unhealthy sandwich for breakfast, as usual, while sipping on my diet soda. I had so much work to do, but no desire or motivation to do anything, so instead of work, I was scrolling on Facebook. I remember feeling extra depressed this time watching my friends posting their happy pictures. Vacation trips, accomplishments, and announcement. This guy is getting married, that guy is getting a promotion, this guy is happy, that guy is more happy. I have finished my sandwich by now, so I took out my antidepressant pill along with my multivitamin tablets, like that's gonna make any difference. And I swallowed them with the last sip of my diet soda. After that, I took a deep sigh, leaned back on my chair and closed my eyes for a moment and started thinking of all the great things I have planned to achieve before I was 30. You have to understand, 30 years old was a huge deal for me. If only you knew what the master plan looked like back then. I thought to myself, well, it's over now. I'm officially a middle-aged man. I have achieved nothing. Not one single thing I have dreamed of in my 20s came true for me.
And how sad is that?
I hated my job. I hated being out of shape and being sick most of the time. I hated my circumstances and where my life was headed. I had so much anger and disappointments boiling inside of me. When I get into my car every morning to go to work, I literally visualize myself smashing into a wall or something just to put an end to this miserable, unfulfilling life. And now I'm going to be 30. Yay!
My God, why? We had a deal. Let the others grow old, not me.
Another deep sigh. I looked over to my senior's office. He didn't seem busy and he was actually a nice person. So I went over to him and I asked him, "How did it feel to you when you turned 30?" He smiled, then answered, "Exactly how I felt when I was 29 and similar to what I felt when I was 31. It doesn't really matter, it's just a number. Don't make a big deal out of it." Of course, I did not like his answer back then, and I thought to myself, well, he's not as deep as I am. He doesn't really get it. Or maybe his life is so perfect he doesn't need to think about this stuff. So I came back to my office and I started Googling the subject. What's gonna happen to me when I turn 30? I started reading a bunch of articles and watching some YouTube videos talking about turning 30s and what to expect. It was mostly bad news and even more depressing information. You will start losing hair from all the places it's supposed to be there. And you will grow new hair in places you really don't want it to be there. You won't have the same energy levels like you did in your 20s. What the f? I'm already struggling to find the energy to wake up every morning, and now you're telling me this?
Alright, I'm gonna go cry.
Then I read something that caught my attention. I don't remember who said it or where I read it. I wish I did. But someone online said, when you turn 30, you stop waiting for things to happen to you and you start making things happen to you, or something like that. I honestly do not remember exactly, but when I read it, it touched something in my brain. That was kind of a new concept for me. I kinda always waited for things to happen in my life. I used to daydream that a miracle will come and fix everything. Like I would find a suitcase full of money laying there in the street waiting for me to grab it, or that a secret agent will come and kidnap me. Then he would tell me that I'm special and that I have superpowers and that we really need to save the world. I blame Hollywood for that.
Oh, that's Hollywood fantasy.
I just thought this is how life works. You are even lucky and good things happen to you. Maybe you have rich parents, or you have a special gift or a specific talent. Perhaps you're super smart, physically strong. You have a great voice and you can sing. You can act. You can sing, act, and dance. Or you were born with a purpose and you always know exactly what you wanted to do with your life. Or the other case, you are just an average, unlucky person like myself, and you don't even have a chance in this world to do anything that really matters.
Oh, poor little guy.
I know I might sound silly to you at this point, but yeah, at 30 years old, this is honestly how I viewed the world. I remember after reading this quote, the next thing I did, I opened a new tab on my browser and I googled, literally typed, how to get out of depression. That moment, I believe, marked the very first step of my long journey to fix myself and my life. That simple shift in my perspective from I'm waiting for the whole world around me to change to how can I change my situation myself. That shift was so vital and important, and I still get emotional when I think about it sometimes. I wish I can tell you that after this realization, I started going to the gym every day, eating healthy, learning, studying, practicing, hustling, running on the beach with the sun rising behind me and the music blasting in the background while I'm feeling motivated every step of the way. Nope. That was not the case, at least not for me. I actually went into a deep depression for almost a month after that day.
Depression and loneliness.
However, the idea was implanted in my head that maybe it is on me and maybe I'm the one responsible for all this mess. Maybe I'm not a victim of my circumstances, and my current situation could be just a result of my own daily choices over the years. But there was a million things that needed to be done in order for me to get my life together, and I had no idea what to do or where to start. Luckily, I found some tools, a way to achieve everything you've ever wanted. It's very simple to understand, but never easy to implement. Anyone can use these tools, no matter what goals they are trying to achieve or whatever problems they need to solve. This will always help you, but I will leave that for another video because I already took too much from your time today.
Oh, thank God.
You have to know that it wasn't easy for me to share this personal story this early, but I think some of you might relate in a way or another. I see many people around me, nice, decent people, struggling to find their way, feeling hopeless or useless, lost or stuck in life. And I want you to know that it's okay to experience that. You are not alone, and this is only a chapter of your life. You can always write a new chapter, a different one, a better one, no matter how old or young you might be. Whatever problems you are facing or how complicated your situation is, there is always a way. It may take you months, maybe even years, but I promise you, one day you will look back and think to yourself, wow, that was really, really hard. I made lots of sacrifices, but it was all definitely worth it. And remember that nothing worth having comes easy. I love this quote. It's written right there beside my bed, so I can look at it every time life feels overwhelming. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you a wonderful day today and every day. Bye.
What you typing? Something funny?